Hello, welcome. Hello and welcome. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here. Welcome to another episode of the Empowered Immigrant Live. My name's Otis Landerholm, and I'm the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. And today I want to talk about how to get a decision before the November election in your immigration case. All right. Now, sometimes that's not possible, right? Depending on which part of the process you are in. If you're about to file something, then depending on what you're filing, you're not going to get a decision before the November election. But in certain situations, we can push it. All right. And so let's talk about that. Welcome. Thank you all so much for being here. Remember, the Empowered Immigrant Live is here to train, teach, inspire, and empower immigrants to make the most out of immigration laws and to make the most out of their lives. My name is Otis Landerholm. I'm the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. Today our theme is how to get a decision, how to even possibly get a decision before this upcoming election. And my question more broadly, right, that I ask every week is, hey, do you want to get a green card? Do you want to apply for something? Do you want to apply maybe for citizenship or to at least see what your options are? Apply for something to change, fix, improve your situation, your immigration status. Because if so, go for it. All right? And I would love to help you with that. My firm is on a mission to win 10,000 cases by 2035. We would love for your case to be one of them. Okay? So that being said, before we get into the topic, though, I want to talk about news. You know, there's a lot of news happening in the world of immigration, and, you know, there's just a lot of news happening right now. All right? So Kamala Harris is the Democratic frontrunner. All right? She might be able to beat Donald. All right, I hope she can. Best of luck to her. All right, for my client's sake, for the sake of our country, for the sake of our world, I hope that she can do that. All right. And what other news is happening? All right, August 19th, the Biden administration has said that starting August 19th, they will be accepting parole-in-place applications for the spouses of U.S. citizens with more than 10 years of continuous physical presence in the U.S. So if that's you, I mean, that's like coming right up, all right? If that's you, our office is going to start accepting these cases as early as next week, okay? And we're going to build them fast as possible. And if you want to be part of that, like, call us now. Okay? And so just be aware of that. That's happening. Okay? And is it really happening? I mean, a lot of things could happen. You know, it could be the subject of injunction. It could be, you know, there could be a lawsuit filed against it. These things we should anticipate. All right? But we can talk that through. We can at least have those consultations and start discussing those processes. So that's sort of my preliminary stuff. Now I'm going to switch to the basics, like how do we get a decision before the election? Is it even possible? Often it will not be possible, but in some situations it might be. All right? It starts with the basics of understanding federal law. Okay? So first of all, it's important to know that immigration has a duty to adjudicate their cases within a reasonable period of time. All right? And that a person, therefore, has the right to file a lawsuit when the government fails to reasonably adjudicate their cases. All right? You can do that. Okay? And we do that through, it's often called the mandamus process or the Administrative Procedures Act, the APA. So today we'll talk about what you can do if your immigration case is unreasonably delayed, because those are the situations where you could file and push, all right? Last week and this week, we've been having clients hire us more than usual, having clients hire us to file these types of mandamus actions to push the government to issue a decision quickly, right? Imagine you filed an adjustment application, an asylum case, a citizenship application a long time ago, maybe 7 years ago, okay? And it's still delayed, right? An asylum case 7 years delayed is too long, okay? And imagine you haven't even been called in for an interview yet. Imagine nothing has happened on your case at all yet except receipts and biometrics. So lawyer, what can I do to get things going? All right? Well, my recommendation, my advice is to do these types of cases in 3 steps. All right, 3 steps, not 1, 3 steps. Step number 1, you want to request and review all your records. All right, you want to make sure that your case was done correctly. Make sure your case was strongly presented. Make sure your case is ready for that final adjudication. Because if you go through a mandamus process, for example, and the government schedules you for an interview, you don't want to cause any more delay on your end trying to correct things on your forms, trying to submit additional documentation or evidence to support your case. You want to make sure your case is ready to push. All right? Like, don't push it, The other piece of it is you don't want to push it if you're going to lose, right? You want to review it to make sure it's strong. So that's step 1. You want to review and request all the records about your case so you know what you're getting yourselves into. You know your case is ready to go. All right? Now, many people have already done that. And so great. Now we move to step 2. The second step of the process is you want to file what we call an expedite request in the asylum process, or what you might call inquiries or ombudsman requests if it's in the USCIS process, maybe even a congressional inquiry. You want to explain, you want to document that the delay was unreasonable and that the delay is causing you hardship. You want those things in your record. Okay? And maybe you've done that too. And if you've done both of those things, then hey, maybe there is a way to push the government to get you a decision, maybe even before the November election. Now that's really tight. There's no way to guarantee that, all right? Government processes always take time, but that's the way to do it. If you've already done step 1, if you've already done step 2, and you're like, I'm nervous about politics. I want to get this thing done and wrapped up before there's any change of power, then what we could talk about is, well, we could try, right? We could file a mandamus case, an APA action. What is this? It's a federal court lawsuit. You're actually suing the government, arguing, alleging that they are doing an unreasonable job. They're unreasonably failing to do their job. They're failing to adjudicate their cases, all right? And it's causing you harm, okay? And the way to do that will depend on which federal district you live in, all right? And which federal district has your case, has jurisdiction over your case, all right? And so you want to draft the complaint. You want to file that to the U.S. Attorney's Office in your jurisdiction, or that has jurisdiction over your case. Sometimes you can negotiate, and the U.S. Attorney's Office, they don't want to fight these cases if they've been pending for a long, long time. They don't want to fight these cases. So sometimes you send an email to the U.S. Attorney's Office, and they say, hey, let me negotiate, let me contact my client, the USCIS, the asylum office, to see if we can get you an interview scheduled, without having to even file the complaint to the federal court. Other times you might need to actually file the complaint to the federal court. Sometimes they'll oppose it. Sometimes they'll fight back about it. They might file a motion to dismiss, right? And then we might need to fight that case in federal court, which is a process, right? Don't go into this just thinking, slam dunk, I'm going to get what I want. It's not that way. But that is a tool, right? It's a tool that exists. Not every immigration lawyer does this type of case. All right, but it is a tool that exists. It's a tool that immigration lawyers could do It's something that certainly my office would love to talk with you about. We can take it in certain instances. I'm only licensed to do this type of case in California, all right? And so I don't currently take these types of cases in other jurisdictions, but we can help you navigate that if you're in any other country, any other district, federal district in the United States, okay? So, that's it. That's what I wanted to share today. If you have any questions, please feel free to submit your questions. And I don't see that we've received any, which is fine. And, my empowerment tip, I like to give an empowerment tip. My empowerment tip today is don't be afraid of the future. All right? Yes, there's a federal election coming up that could have very huge implication on the lives of all of us. I still believe, hey, do not live in fear, in worry right now in the present. It doesn't help anyone. Instead, take action in the present. Don't live in fear. Instead, take action. Prepare and act. Okay? That's actually the way to be empowered. Focus on what you can control. I'll say that again. Focus on what you can control. We can't control the future. All right? So let's not focus on what might happen. Instead, let's focus on what opportunities do we have at our disposal today? What actions can we take today? That is the way forward. And if your next action has anything to do with your immigration case or your immigration status, hey, don't be afraid of it. If I can help you in any way, if my office can help you in any way with that, we're just a phone call away, folks. All right, we're here to help. We'd love to help. All right? And that's the advice stands true for any aspect of your life, right? Don't focus on all the things that might go wrong. Let's focus on what we can do right here, right now. And if it's politics, it's like, hey, what can we do to support the campaign that we believe in whatever way, right? And if part of our political thinking is, wow, there's way too much division and frustration and disagreement between people, hey, maybe the action can be as simple as listening to another person, smiling as we walk down the street, spread love, spread joy, spread positivity where we can, because there's so much division, divisiveness, and negativity that comes up in an election season. You gotta be aware of it. All right, we all feel it. So anyway, that's it. Thank you for being here. Whether you're watching right now on YouTube or Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, thank you. Thank you for being here. My name's Otis Landerholm. I'm the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. If this was useful, if this was helpful, please subscribe to our channel in YouTube. It's just a quick search in YouTube, Landerholm Immigration. And then you hit the subscribe button, you hit the notifications bell, and you'll be notified when we upload additional videos with updates, news, etc. All right? We are watching the Biden administration and this new parole in place program. We're watching the Harris campaign, and we're all wondering what she is going to say as her platform for immigration. It's going to be 1,000,000 times better than her opponents. All right? And so, but we don't know exactly where her platform stands. And so as that comes out, please subscribe to our channel. You'll see additional updates, news about her campaign and her stance, really, on what she would do for immigration and border policy, etc. Okay? And while all this is happening, if you have an immigration case, if you have questions, etc., hey, please give us a call. We're here to help. We'd love to help. All right, Miriam, I see your question here. Thank you for this. You say, question, if I'm waiting for an I-730 since March of 2021, do you think I should hold off applying for citizenship? Thank you. Yes, you should. All right? Now, you might have other things that you could do, but to get an I-730 approved, you've got to still be an asylee. All right? If you became a citizen, then they might have reason to deny your I-730. So you want to talk that through. You're asking a smart question, Miriam. What I would recommend is check the processing times for the I-730, which I don't have just on the top of my brain, but I'd be happy to look at those for you, separately here. But check the processing times on uscis.gov about the I-730. Then, if it's outside of processing times, you want to do an inquiry process and potentially an ombudsman process to see, hey, what could we do to push this? All right? And yes, I do recommend holding off on your citizenship case until that I-730 is approved so that you can bring your loved ones into the U.S. as derivatives of your asylum status and not have to start all the way over filing I-130 petitions after you win citizenship. All right, it's faster. Anyway, hope that's useful. Hope that's helpful. And I hope I'm right about it. I think I am. But I'd be happy to research that in more depth if you wanted to actually do a consultation. We could talk that through in more depth. Right, but that just off the top of my head, that's my best advice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's make it a great day. If you speak Spanish and if you want to join us in a few minutes at 10:30, we'll do the same episode in Spanish. And until and if not, then we'll see you next time on our next episode of the Empowered Immigrant Live. So that's it, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm Otis Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. And we'll see you on our next episode of the Empowered Immigrant Live. Take care. All right. Bye-bye.